Yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, Disbearity here, and today I'm going to showcase you guys and give you guys a faction overview of the Yulan faction for Songs of Conquest. Now, unlike the other DLCs here, especially versus like the Roots and also the Veneer, those two DLCs did not include a Tales or a campaign style of gameplay, which is what I think every faction DLC in this game should have. In order to keep everything kind of interconnected within the world. So they kind of fixed, they did fix that with the Yulan faction here, which is really cool. So as you guys see here with the Yulan faction, you get the 3 houses campaign. You get a lot of conquest maps, which is ancient enemies, around the tree, besieged borders, invasion, divided houses, and then also guarded bridges. So that's really cool. So in order to access here, we can click on this button here. This will take us to the campaign here, which is the 3 houses. So the campaign is basically like a tale, similar to Rise Eternal. So I feel like if they don't have to be major, it's a big, campaigns like the originals here. But as long as they add in smaller, small scale tales or something like that, that's what I think the player base really wants. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and let me show you guys the Yuan faction. Li Zhenhai. He's a human welder. His quote is, "These formations you're using, they're outdated." He gets an offense of 5, defense of 10, movement of 12, view radius of 10, 3 to command. His starting troops is 1 Li Yi, 2 Rider, and his skill is taxes. If you don't know what taxes is, basically he gets an increased monetary income per level. His specialization is +1 damage to human troops, and he is a faction of order, or welder of order. Next, we have the lady of the house, Lady Li Jing. Her quote is, "To lead, sometimes you must follow." She gets 5 to offense, 10 to defense, 12 to movement, view radius of 10, 3 command. Her starting troops is 5 Li Mandate guards, 10 conscripts. Skills is combat training, and 20% to max troop size. And when it comes to combat training, each level, she gets 10% increase to damage. Up next, we have the powerhouse of House Li, Shan the Unbroken, Transcendent Li Welder. Order within, order without. He gets offense of 10, defense of 5, movement of 12, view radius of 10, and command of 3. Starting troops is 1 Li Transcendent, 3 Mandate guards. His skills that he get, it's order magic, and then he gets spell damage resistance of 40%. Here we have our first welder of House Sheng, Lord Sheng Kuang. "I am Sheng Kuang, Lord of House Sheng. I am right here. Who dares challenge?" He gets 5 to offense, 5 to defense, 13 to movement, view radius of 11, and 3 to command. Starting troops is 1 Fang, 6 Sheng Mandate guards. His skill sets is Raider, and then his specialization adds Berserker to friendly troops. Up next, we have Shang Shun. Every victory should be celebrated with good friends and great wine. Yeah, I love that. Offense of 10, defense of 0, movement of 13, view radius of 11, command of 3. Starting troops is 5 Grenadiers and 5 Grenadiers. So basically just 10. Her skills is Essence Leech, and then her specialization adds Mobile to Grenadier, Xuan Grenadier, Sheng Grenadier, and Li Grenadiers. All right, so now we enter the powerhouse of House Sheng, Yobo the Hallower. Maybe all meditation is not quiet. Did you ever consider that? An offense of 5, defense of 5, movement of 13, radius of 11, 3 of command. Starting troops is 1 Seeker, 1 Sheng Transcendent. His skill is Creation Magic. So his specialization is +1 Creation Essence to Seeker, Sheng Transcendent, Xuan Transcendent, and Li Transcendent. We entered into the realm of House Xuan. We have Minister Xuan Ming. Favors flow like a mountain, filling the fortunate. Offense of 10, defense of 5, movement of 12, view radius of 10, command of 3. Starting troops is 3 Zhu Wei and 2 Zhu Wei Hu. Skills is Cunning. Specialization adds Backstabber to Q and Zhu Wei Hu. Now we have Master Ru. Channel your essence, and nothing can stand before you. Offense of 15, defense of 0, movement 12, view radius 10, command 3. Starting troops 5 Tian. Skills is Channeling. Specialization adds Essence Fighter to Tian, Xuan Tian, Xing Tian, and Li Tian. And now we have the powerhouse of House Xuan, Mai Lin. power more vast than all of the waters of the world, and my flesh cannot contain it. Offense of 5, defense 10, movement 12, V-radius 10, command 3. Starting troops, 1 Xuan Transcendent, and 3 Hue. Arcana magic for skills and specialization is 40% spell damage power. And that right there completes all the Wielders of the Yulan faction. All right, guys, and here I'm going to showcase to you all the units and buildings of the Yulan faction. So starting off, we have the conscription office, or it's where we get our conscripts from. So for tier 1s, you normal conscript, max troop size of 30, damage 1 to 3, max health 10, 7 to offense, 3 to defense, movement to 3, and 20 initiative. This is just basic order essence. Reach is +1, and their main skill is helpless. Now we're going to be moving on to their tier 2s. So their tier 2s here, you have House Xuan, Sheng, and House Li, each with different statuses of their tier 2. So with House Xuan, their mandates cost 5 celestial ore and 3 wood. And you can see here their stats have changed, of course. 30 the troop size, 3 to 6, 14, 15, 10, 3, and 26. Order and Arcana magic. They get the ability of Spear Wall, which I believe they all get the same ability with the +1 to reach. While House Sheng, of course, 30, 3 to 5, 16, 12, 13, 3, and 29. They get the Order and Creation. And then last but not least, we have the Li Mandate Guard. 30, 3 to 4, 18, 10, 15, 4, and 34, but they get ×2 to order. The next building / unit that we have here is the Bomb Maker. Bombs, booze, and bombastic drums. Grenadiers love a boisterous home. So their status is here. Grenadier, get 30 to 2 to 4, to 12, 8, 15, 8, 3, initiative 16, 2, in deadly range of 2, which is order magic. So they also get the ability which is called Lanterns and Laughter. +5 melee offense of friendly troops and +5 range offense of friendly troops. And then so for the variations of the House Xuan, Sheng, and Li, you can see the resource cost of 2 stone, 3 wood, 4 celestials. So max troop size of 30, 47, 15, 18, 26, 11, 3, 18, 2, and deadly range of 2. Order and Arcana magic. But here's the thing, they get Silken Shadows, which is +10% to spell damage power. Then we have House Sheng. These guys cost 2 to stone, 3 to wood, and 4 to glimmer weave. So max troop size of 30, damage 3 to 6, 20, 15, 21, 17, 3, 22, and 2 and 2, with the Order and Creation of Essence. Now their ability is called the Race in the Sun. +5 to initiative to friendly troops, +5 melee offense to friendly troops, and +5 range offense to friendly troops. And then last but not least for House Li, we get the Li Grenadier, which is 30, 3 to 5, 25, 14, 16, 21, 4, 26, 2, and 2. And we get Order Essence ×2 for those. So their ability here is still unbroken. 10% defense to friendly troops and 10% spell resistance to friendly troops. So that's a pretty cool unit there for variation. You can see like the variation animation on the side here. My favorite had to be House Sheng. I like that fire animation. All right, so now we head on over to the medium-sized buildings here. Starting out, we have the Meadow. The playful Hue can be trained into Beast of War, and if one is ready to pay for their services, riders will pitch their yurts here. So for their tier 1s here, we have available research here, make way for riders here, which riders will also be generated in this meadow, of course. 1500, 5 the stone, 5 the wood. And then the Hue here, their max troop size is 20. They do 5 to 10 damage, 12 to health, 12 melee offense, 9 defense, 5 movement, and 31 initiative, which is Arcana, and the status is Beast. So that's pretty badass. And then if we go under tier 2 here, these are the units, by the way, the Hue and the Riders. Hue, Riders. So again, they have the Researcher, make way for Riders. Riders will be generated in this meadow. So the starting unit, by the way, once again, is just the Hue, and then once you get the upgrade here, you get the Riders. So the for tier 2, you get the Juwehu, which is 20, 8 to 13, 20 health, 15 offense, 9 defense, movement of 5, and 36 initiative, which is creation and arcana. And they get the ability to wait, which is postponing your turn. And they have Essence Eater, consumes the essence of any troop attacked and sends it to the welder. This troop will retaliate first, so that's pretty cool. And you also require a lumberyard for this. All right, for the rider here, the rider has 15 max troop size, 7 and 13 damage, health of 30, melee offense of 17, defense of 11, movement of 5, and 8 initiative, and gets the special ability Charger, which receives for each step 10 melee offense. And then for tier 2, for the Wind Rider, which is a really cool unit name there, the Wind Rider gets 15 max troop size, 11 to 17 damage, 50 health, melee offense of 29, defense of 25, movement of 5, and initiative of 15, and also is creation essence. Now it gets the ability called Switch Fighting. So switch fighting style between ranged weapon and melee weapon. That's really cool. Switching is available once per turn. And then it also gets Charger, of course, which receives for each step 10 melee offense, and then gets Mobile, so no range attack during penalties from moving. The next bit here, we have the Skywatch. The Yi had trained all their lives to the best archers in the land. Now they train the Tien to accompany them to battle. These arrangers are very fortunate. So this is the Yi, and the Tien. So the Yi, of course, with each unit, there's their own variation here. So we have the Xuan, which gets max troop size of 10, 12 to 18, 40 to health, 6 to melee offense, 32 to range offense, 10 to defense, 3 to movement, 11 to initiative, 7 to range, and 4 to deadly range. And they're based off order and also arcana, and then they get repelling arrow, deal half damage, and push target backwards up to 3 hexes. How Sheng, it's troop size of 10 to 15 damage, 50 health, 7 melee offense, 29 range offense, 12 defense, 3 movement, 16 initiative, 9, and then deadly range of 4. And they get order and creation, and then theirs is growing arrow, create a blocking obstacle on target hex. And then you have House Lee's. I like their color scheme. I like House Sheng and House Lee's coloring. So with House Lee, you have troop size 10, 8 to 14, 60 health, 8 melee offense, 27 range offense, 15 defense, 3 to movement, 25 initiative, 8 to range, and deadly range of 5. Piercing arrow, deal half damage and target losses, 50% to all resistances. So that's really cool and that's really nice. So you need the silk mill to build any of these units, I believe. And then of course they each take their own difference of special, resource. So that's a really cool unit there. I'm gonna be honest. I think my favorite out of all Yulan will have to be the Yi, honestly, because the design is just badass to me. All right, so for the Tien, you get a max troop size of 15, damage of 7 through 10, health of 35, melee offense of 21, defense of 8, 4 movement, and 33 initiative. It is also arcana essence. Now, as per the course, each unit gets its own variation. The Xuan Tien gets 15 to troop size, 14 to 20 to damage, 45 health, melee offense 27, defense of 11, movement of 4, and also initiative of 35. And it gets teleport. Instantly teleport to the target hex within range, consuming movement equal to the distance. How Sheng's version here of the Sheng Tien, you get 15 max troop size, 14 to 17 damage, health of 50, 24 of melee offense, 16 defense, 4 of movement, and 39 of initiative. And deals in addition with Venomous here, deals an additional 75% of the attack's damage on the next 2 rounds. And then for House Lee's variation, Lee Tien, 15 in troop size, 10 to 16 the damage, 60 health, melee offense 21, melee defense of 21, 5 movement, initiative of 46, and it gets order and arcana, and it gets energized ability, give +2 movement to each adjacent ally for the turn. Up next we have the Nest. So build a nest for Feng, and they might come. The Feng are loyal and loving to their masters and deadly to their foes. So we get +1. Let's see, with the Feng here, with the income here, you need a conscription office first in order to build them. With the Feng here, you get a max troop size of 10, damage of 12 to 17, health to 50, 42 to melee offense, 15 to defense, 5 to movement, and 22 to initiative. So what they give is inspires. This is like your minstrel unit here. You get friendly units within 1 hexagon, +5 to melee offense, +5 to range offense, +5 to initiative. Then they also give you Luckbringer. Give friendly units within 1 hex a +1 to fortune. And then if you go to tier 2, ooh, the Fang Xuan. That's actually a really cool firebird too, which is really cool. Max troop size of 10, 18 to 24, 80 health, melee offense 45, 21 to defense, 5 to movement, and then 26 to initiative. They get creation of essence ×2 in Arcana. So their ability is Blaze of Fire, leave the battlefield and return any empty hex next turn, dealing half damage to all adjacent enemies. And then they give off Inspiring and then also Luckbringer. So that's really cool. And then of course, now we have the Court of Trade. So as you guys know, just a normal trade building. Now we're going up to the large buildings here. That's where we get our awesome units here, right? The big boys. So the Seeker's Temple. The Seekers delve into mysteries of essence, hoping to unlock power to wield most don't, and instead become fearsome transcendents who can bring their own powers to the battlefield. So just a normal Seeker of order here, their essence is order. They get the max troop size of 10, damage to 12 to 18, health to 60, melee offense 24, defense of 18, movement of 4, initiative of 30, range of 6, and deadly range of 4. And they get Essence Fighter, proceeds when attacking 100% all essence. So again, like always, each variation is always different, which is like, this is very, as you see, the secrets are very different here, which is also another amazing thing with this game, with this DLC. So the Xuan Transcendence, max troop size of 10, damage of 26 to 36, health to 70, 42 of melee offense, 26 of defense, 4 to movement, and 30 to initiative, Arcana ×2. They get the ability here for the Arcana Blast, deal half damage to all enemies within the cone, and then magic resistance of 50%. And then this is the House Xuan variant. For the House Sheng variant, we have max troop size of 10, 20, 32, health 85, melee offense of 33, melee defense 32, movement of 4, initiative 36. And then they get the Cloud of Insects, deals 25% damage and reduce initiative of all enemies within 2 hexes, ignores zone of control. And then last but not least, we have House Li. Their stats are max a troop size of 10, 20 to 25, 100, melee offense 29, defense 38, movement of 4, initiative 41. So they get Protect, get friendly units within 1 hex, 25 defense, and 25% dispelled damage resistance. Aura of Peace, get enemy units within 1 hexagon, +1 to misfortune. And then they have Frontline Fighter, per attackable enemy, +10 to melee, defense, and also initiative. And then now, of course, we have our Court of War, which, as you guys know, with the Court of War, this is where you get your research for your beast, human, and also beast troops and human troops. And then you also get your civil service here, which is for the economy, the Wielders, beast, and also human. So that is all that I personally have to showcase to you all for Yulan. I hope that you guys got an idea of what this faction is all about. I mean, I'm liking this faction. Their thematic is really cool. I love the way their units and Wielders are designed so far. And yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm gonna keep gassing it up, but you know, it's just the thematic is awesome. That's all that can really be said. So you guys let me know how I did in this video. Let me know what you guys think about the Yulan faction in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support. And I'll see y'all for the next video. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.